Oh yes, my people. This is a very good news coming from Matsanga, the Pan-African Secretary General. So in this video, he have come out to speak a lot of things and a lot of good things concerning the issue of Biafra and concerning the issue of America. So he have called on to Donald Trump to try all his possible best to recognize the sovereign state of Biafra, that they are going to push the Biafran freedom to the US government and also to congressmen, for the congressmen to recognize the sovereign state of Biafra, because it has been a long time the Biafran people have been fighting, struggling to make sure that they have independence. That time is now, and it is now that they need to do the needful. So in this video, Matsanga really explained a lot of things, what is really going on in Nigeria, this issue of bandit terrorists and the other thing that is going on in Nigeria. So don't skip any part of it. Try to watch to the end so that you will understand everything that Matsanga said in this video, because he really said a lot of things. As you're about to watch, like, subscribe, and make sure you share the video to go around. Let others see what is really going on in Biafra, and thank you for watching.
About you, sir.
Strike against Nigeria's terrorist state that has harbored terrorism, grown terrorism, become the hotbed of terrorism in West Africa. I want to thank President Trump for taking the initiative, the charisma, the impetus, the courage, the determination to start a journey to eliminate ISIS and other terror groups that have grown in Nigeria under the governments of Buhari and tinubu. Mr. Buhari himself was a terrorist. Buhari himself had links with terrorism. The only problem that the West did not see is they did not listen to us, experts on African issues. I have said for the last 9 years, since Mr. Buhari came to power, that Mr. Buhari will make Nigeria and West Africa a bad place. Mr. Buhari, the late, looked at terrorism, abduction, killings, human rights against Christians, allowed the formation of jihadists that roamed across Nigeria freely with their cattle, with everything, with arms, with swords, to destroy, to kill anybody who never believed in their religion. It is also a fact that I am speaking with authority, that I have been in the forefront since 2016, telling the world that the human rights records against the people of Southeast and the South has been going on. Abuses by both the Nigerian and the terrorist army, the Nigerian security forces. Some of them have connived with the armed forces, with the terrorists, the cells of ISIS, Boko Haram, all the types, Maghreb, Al Qaeda, that have now regrouped in northeast, northwest of all the whole of north of Nigeria, in Maiduguri area, in Borno area, in all those places, coming down, infiltrating, looking for Christians, destroying, killing everybody. Moderates that never believed in their policy were killed. Mr. Trump, thank you. You have given, I did not eat much during Christmas because I was struggling working for Africa. I was struggling speaking for Africa. I was struggling making sure I've traversed the universe looking for how I can resolve the issue of Nigeria. Nigeria is 250 million people, but useless country. A center, a hotbed of terrorism, a hotbed of corruption, a hotbed of human rights abuses, killings, kidnap of young girls, taken out of their schools all the time by terrorists whom the government at times knows. The vice president of Nigeria himself has acknowledged on several occasions that he knows where these terrorists are. Mr. Trump, don't hesitate to take these tomahawks closer to some of these people. Maybe some of the terrorists are hidden in government offices. Don't hesitate to smoke them out, because this is what we have been saying all along. African Union, they have placed there a mole called Miss Ambassador Bankole, whom I want to call out, and I want to tell African heads of state to check on African Union Peace, Security and Political Affairs Department. Mr. Bankole is very corrupt. Mr. Bankole has wiped out every human rights record in Nigeria, in AU. You can't find it. You can't find it. They speak the truth. Does not make speeches. I'm not PLO and others who make speeches. I speak with facts. Where is the record of Nigeria's human rights abuses in African Union file? Show me. Where are the records of Nigeria's human rights record? Where are the records of Southern Cameroon, the Anglo, the English-speaking nation? The King of England is speaking to us as Commonwealth, but the people who speak English, their crime is only speaking English, are being murdered in numbers, big numbers in Southern Cameroon. The African Union man, that same guy, has visited Paul Biya only several times, has visited Buhari. Buhari appointed him. Tinubu reinforced the appointment. Another lady in the United Nations called Amina Mohammed. Useless people. They don't tell the truth about Nigeria. I'm not a Nigerian, but I tell the truth. I have followed the pattern of terrorism in that area. It is the hotbed. If you dismantle the cells, the whole of West Africa enclave, President Trump will be peaceful. Dismantle Nigeria's cells and dismantle this nation that does not like the people of the South, that does not like the entire region. That's why you see jihadists, flying jihadists armed to come down in the plateau regions, the middle belt. Those who are not affected before are being affected. The states that are being attacked today are the same states that were safe a few years ago. So you can see terrorism moving down, while already in the Biafran enclave, which Biafra, mostly 90% of the people there are Christians. The conflict has never ended. It killed over 80 million people in 1967. Trump sought this country, rearranged this country for us. We rearranged Sudan from north, the Arab north and the black south. Why can't we rearrange Nigeria? We rearranged Yugoslavia. Why can't we rearrange Nigeria? We can do better with resources that you look for. They are in the south. They are in Biafra, where millions and millions, over 80 million Biafrans being killed every day. Southeastern, in the river states, everybody, not only Biafrans, everybody there is suffering. Pollution, oil pollution. Companies are taking oil at the expense of human beings in climate change. Let's be honest. Total Oil and Shell BP, you are doing a bad job. You don't care about human rights. People live on water. People live on water. Their houses on water. They use boats to go into their houses. What state is this? Today marks the beginning. And I want to ask the American administration not to relent. Don't relent. Please, Trump, I beg you, my friends there, Thank you very much, my friend, for listening to me. I don't want to mention you here, but you know yourselves. Thank you. Yes, thank you. And take my message. I am not a Nigerian. I'm an independent African analyst, a strategist. I have studied security to the last iota. I have studied political science. Anything that you ask in Africa, I will tell you. The hotbed of terrorism in West Africa. That's why you see all the states, this whole Boko Haram, this ISIS, this Al-Qaeda, all the states in Mali, in Burkina Faso, in Niger, in Ghana, in Ivory Coast, all these states are being affected, up to the Maghreb of Libya. Mr. Trump, that corridor needs to be sorted out, up to the terrorists who are attacking Mali. Why are these governments fighting? Why are there military coups? Everybody is worried about ISIS, which is spreading, which comes from Nigeria. Therefore, I call upon, what is wrong with France? What is wrong with this young man in France called Macron? Young man, 46, I don't know whether 46. What are you doing to us? You come to go in bed with a country where human rights are being abused. You think Africans are stupid, Mr. Macron? You think we are stupid? We are going to begin reparation in law, in your own courts. We wanted the courts to make decisions. And I want to thank Algeria for taking a stand. I want all West African states and French-speaking countries to now seek reparation for your continued milking, siphoning, exploitation of the states. Let's see where you will remain. We want that money you have taken from us. And we're not going to keep quiet. Thank you, Algeria. Thank you, the spirit of Benebera. Thank you, the spirit of Benebera again. Thank you, the spirit of Benebera. He is gone, but you have done a good thing. I want West African states that have been butchered, exploited, molested by this small Macron in France, who's lying in bed with a terrorist state called Nigeria, using airplanes around here to survey even the soldiers who are trying to fight terrorism. Burkina Faso is fighting terrorism. Niger is fighting terrorism. Mali is fighting terrorism. These are fighting for their lives. And the you people come to go and say, we want to overthrow, we want to do a counter coup, we know you, France, we monitor you. We want to thank our network in Paris. Continue giving us what we want. We have struggled together along with you since the days of ICC. You won't defeat us. The days of International Criminal Court, you helped us. Especially I was helped for me to know the dangers of ICC, International Criminal Court. That's why you see most of the African cases collapsed, because France is the one that funds. France comes and harasses you, then goes to the chief prosecutor Ocampo, it tells him, indict Uhuru Kenyatta, indict William Ruto, indict Babuko, indict Pierre Bemba, indict Gaddafi's son, indict Central African Republic, indict. This is France. This is France. So I want to thank them. I want to thank USA. Today, for you have taken a decision. Look at who has destroyed Libya? France. 2 days ago, I was being interviewed by one of the most powerful. It is hot down there in this capital city, Dar es Salaam, where we are, ladies and gentlemen. It is hot now, and very good news that I was being interviewed by one of the most powerful stations in the world, the Indian First Post, you know it. And they asked me about Libya. Who has destroyed Libya? France. France has given arms to General Khalifa Haftar. And now France has joined hands with Pakistan, which is another element of doubt. And they are trying to make sure that Libya does not unite. Ladies and gentlemen, as Africans, my message on this Boxing Day, I don't celebrate those days. I celebrate working for Africa. I want to ask President Trump, we thank you. I thank you on this one. I disagree with you on a number of things, Your Excellency, which is normal. I disagree with you on the policy towards South Africa, for example, because there you are telling lies. You have been told lies. South Africa, there is nobody being killed. No white person is being killed. That's a lie. And on several other things, on DRC Congo, Mr. President, I again disagree with you. Until you listen to me, Your Excellency, listen. I've written a piece which I've sent to your Chief of Staff. She knows my writings have never betrayed anybody. Take it on me, on DRC Congo. Don't rely on Tshisekedi. He's a liar. The biggest problem of that Congo is today is the same problem that Nigeria faces. Rearrange Congo also. For you to get permanent peace so that Uganda can sleep permanently, peacefully. Rwanda can sleep permanently, peacefully. Congo can sleep permanently, peacefully. Rearrange Congo. Okay? So that you can even continue taking your lithium, coltan. President Trump, listen to me, please. Some of your ideas are not good, some are bad. For example, signing an agreement between you and the Congo is rubbish, because the Congolese, these guys in the East, I don't know whether your advisors give you advice. These guys on the East have taken the territory. They will not give up on territory. Mr. Tshisekedi cannot come to Ngoma and take a toilet, a short call in a toilet. Zero. Your Excellency, President Trump, listen to us. African experts, ask us, Africans who have studied this subject. Forget about your analysis of people you send. Ask us who know where the River Nile is, River Congo is, River Zambezi is, River this, Niger River. You can ask me when I'm going to the grave. I will explain to you the source of River Nile. I will explain to you where the Upper Volta Dam is. If you ask any of the Americans without the Google where Upper Volta Dam is, they will Google first. But if they are on an interview with Matsanga, I will tell you where it is. The Inga Dam, which you want to build in Congo, they don't know where Inga is. So, Your Excellency, thank you. Thank you on this one. On Nigeria, thank you. And they continue sending more tomahawks on this ISIS. They have stolen our children. First, tell them to surrender the children. They should not use our children, our girls that were taken as shields. Surrender them, chase them, hit them, because the imagery is great. Anybody with a satellite system like mine, we can pick up the imageries. Your Excellency, you've done a great job. You don't know how grateful the people of Nigeria, the people of Biafra, the people in the belt, in the plateau, the people down in Lagos. You know, tinubu is very careful. He has transferred all the command centers down into Lagos because he doesn't trust these same people. Yes. And tinubu is happy that you are hitting them. How do you have a vice president who says he knows where the terrorists are, and he doesn't? You incorporate the terrorists in without educating them back to your national army, national police, and give them arms to go and do what? To kidnap. How can a Nigerian army, with all the resources that they have been given, fail to trace a truck full of children, 250, 300, 400 abducted? No. Your Excellency, thank you. Viewers, this is after Christmas. I don't celebrate Christmas. I only celebrate facts. I did not go to engage in Christmas celebrations. I did research. I ate very little, fasted more or less yesterday, no celebrations, because I am fixing Africa. I want to fix Africa. I want to tell the truth. But Trump on this one continued sending more tomahawks. that region. Don't attack the soldiers. Don't attack Burkina Faso. Don't attack Niger. Don't attack. Be a friend to those three. Mali has worked so hard to fight off the Al Qaeda cells that remained, that are being funded by General Khalifa Haftar.
Oh yes, Dr. Matsanga, he has said everything, he has said it all. So I would like to hear your comments down below, like, subscribe, and share the video to go and let others see things happening in Biafra. And I thank you for watching.